EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather, and we are underway from Atlanta. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 28-yard line. 57's the mic. Check.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 72 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number 1. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. But that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 17.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Motion. 45's the mic. Go.
Quickly in the backfield, down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Mike's 59. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. Airing one out for Boyd. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Kenyon Barner, deep for Atlanta. And it's fielded at the 34.
Let's go. At their own 42-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to be.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Ryan. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
14. Bengals, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to Those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's out time. It's out time, guys. It's out time. Here you go, Ken.
To throw on 3rd down. Dalton.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball.
And Eifert has it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
3 bucks.
Dalton now to pass. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, you're on the 9 over there. You're on the 9. 2nd and 3.
From the 36, Dalton. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather, and we are underway from Cincinnati. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Hey, here we go. A second. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none.
Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, Elliott. And an Elliott run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. He said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A big run that time by Elliott. 48 yards on the ground. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On second down now, it's Elliott, and they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Play action now, Prescott. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Forbath, the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check. Lucky.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey. Kill.
Throwing, Dalton. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So on is the lefty, Kevin Huber, to kick it away for the Bengals here on 4th down. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
On second down, it's Elliott, and he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, don't give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Elliott running right. And some room to work. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Yeah, good job.
Ezekiel Elliott, 42 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
On 3rd down, Nixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
A 4th down gamble with Dalton. Going deep for Eifert. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down. Where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
50 seconds, come on. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. We're going to 53.
On 2nd down, Elliott. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Power running by Zeke, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
QB's trash. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Michael. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. We're going to 54. Hey, we're 26.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Prescott to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd down and goal. Prescott looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Bring it. Mike, 55.
The final act of the first half. Dalton airing one out for Boyd. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Rolling to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Antwaun Woods, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Mike's back.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Airing one out for Boyd. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Here's Austin. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go. 4-8.
Mike 57. Watch the backer.
26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right in the yard.
Can't.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 40.
From the 44, Dalton. Flush to his right. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. On the draw, here's Bernard. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
From the 24, Dalton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check girls, check girls.
To throw is Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Then with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Prescott to throw it, and he's going to go down again. Geno Atkins, and that will force a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A draw play. Bernard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Go. Go. We're good.
Watching you 5.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you
On 2nd and 15 now. Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Fast it.
On 3rd down, Bernard. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Mike's 56. Push him back.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
46, 46.
You better be afraid of me.
59.
26.
Now Prescott on fourth down. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. On first down, Bernard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now Bernard. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. On third down, Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Get the ball. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 for Dalton. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total. But they're still coming up well short. And that is how this one comes to an end. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama.
You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up.
Yeah, you were into that one. Who knew? We thought maybe they might get that miracle finish that they were looking for. Didn't quite get it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.